Alright, what's going on, guys? What a way to start that game, eh? Now, I forgot to hit record with my Elgato, and that's the way it worked out. Good on him for making that sweet shot. Anyway, so what we're here to talk about today is the no-move goalie tactic in 1v1. You won't really have any effect on this in 2v2 or 3v3 or even chaos, but in 1v1, it can cost you a goal, and when the games are so tight, you're going to have an issue. So what this is off the face-off, if it's like a direct shot like this one, you'll see it right here, or like the ones that are slightly off to the left or right, they won't move. And why they do this is because it's a very simple little forward drive bump, and it'll go flying straight back at your net, which is exactly what happened there. Now that I know that this guy was doing it, I will tend to dump it into the corners or whatever else. So I noticed that this is becoming like more prominent in the 1v1s lately, and I'm assuming that somebody made a video somewhere saying easy goals, competitive, and now everyone's doing it, except for somebody's got to make a video saying how to avoid it. And the simplest way to avoid it is if you get caught off guard once, and he does it, he's probably going to do it again, or she. They're probably going to keep doing it. So as soon as you see it happen once, immediately assume that off these face-offs, he's going to start dumping it either way, right? So you kind of got to put a spin on it that's going to either A, put the ball, even if he does hit it, the wrong direction, or B, you're going to want to just dump it in the corners, all right? I'm not the best dribbler. Another strategy would be to collect the ball and kind of dribble it down slowly and see if you could out-dribble him or her. I'm not the best dribbler, so I tend to just avoid it by dumping it into the corners or just putting a weird spin on the ball so when he hits it, it's not going to go the right direction. It's definitely something to be aware of if you are playing competitive duel, that people will be doing this move. Now, it's a completely legitimate strategy. I've been asking every single person I've ran into why they're doing it, and I haven't really gotten an answer. It's pretty obvious why. I'm just curious to see what somebody who is actually doing that move would say, like, why are you doing it? And if they just came out straight and said, you know, it's a quick, easy goal, well, I can accept that, right? Now, there's really nothing that Psionics can do to fix it, because like it's straight off the face-off. It's just more that you have to be aware and up your play style to adjust to it. It's definitely something that is happening more and more, I find, in 1v1s. When I first started playing this game, nobody did that strategy. I don't know who came up with it, but props to them for figuring it out. But now it's time for people to be aware of it. It's not something like even Balls, K-Bone, me, and all the other guys I play with have noticed that it's becoming like more and more frequent that you find these people who will sit on the net off the face-off. Like I said, you might see it once in a while in 2v2. It just doesn't really make sense, because normally in 2v2 off a face-off, you got one guy that stays back as goalie midfield, and one guy who goes for the face-off and takes it as far as he can, or comes back to cover D. In 1v1, there's no one behind you, so doing this strategy immediately puts you at a disadvantage, especially if you charge the face-off. Like, I never do this strategy. I don't see the benefit to it. You get a cheap, quick, easy goal. I'd rather play against people with skill, like, and see who's got a better skill, not dump a cheese goal in from a face-off. That's my strategy, like my opinion. Obviously, people are going to be like, oh, well, if you can get an easy goal, it guarantees you the win. It does, and, you know, it obviously doesn't work for this guy. It didn't work for the guy in the last video who's doing it. It's just a strategy that they're relying on the fact that you won't know how to counter it. So if that's the case, then my advice is dump it left or right, or do a slow walk-up dribble down. If you can out-dribble them, then you got a goal. Alright, that's the way that works for me. Won't work for everyone else. I just wanted to draw attention that the no-move goalie technique is definitely on the rise for Rocket League 1v1. And that's okay. It's a technique, and the whole game's based off of like figuring out ways to beat your opponent. I'm just drawing awareness to the fact that if you are doing 1v1 competitive, be aware of it. I don't really care when I meet somebody in like 1v1 like pub matches that does it, because it's pub matches. Who cares if you win or lose? In competitive, you are playing literally to keep ranking up. So if somebody's going to bang out one of these moves, know how to counter it. That's my advice. I've been BWB Rudy, and this is my video. Like us, come follow us on Facebook, Twitter, as well as hit that sub button and give us a like. It really helps us out, helps us get out there, and helps us know what you guys like and dislike. So keep doing what you guys do. BWB now at 38 subs.